You want to be in?
No, we're just doing introduction.
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
We're just doing an introduction.
Johnny, we're at Titans of CNC.
Amazing.
What are we doing here?
Checking out CNC machines, partying with other influence within the 3D Experience SolidWorks community.
We've got Hacksmith, we've got Impact Props, we've got Jeremy Fielding.
We got cool everyone.
Influencers.
We got this amazing guy called Dave.
We're going to go speak to Titan, speak to some of the people here, explore the machine shop, and see what's going on at Titans of CNC.
So excited, let's go.
Come, let's do it.
Yeah, middle works better.
Yeah, sure.
I already know him.
Okay, yeah, I'll get this.
I'm bored of him now.
Oh, we did a little shuffle.
Yeah, that's a good shuffle.
I hope that's still recording. Tell us about who you are, what you do here at Titans of CNC.
All right. So I'm Tyler. I work at Titans of CNC. I'm one of the video editors / film guys. I also
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera, right? And I also do some of the thumbnails and stuff. So I'm, everything on the media side of things, right? So
that's interesting. How did you get involved with Titans of CNC?
So I've been doing media since I was a teenager. Since I was 17. So about a decade of experience now, which is crazy to say. But I moved to Dallas, and then I saw a posting, and I was like, oh, I would love to work for a YouTube channel. I was doing some drone work and commission work, and so I saw the opening to work for a YouTube channel, and I was like,
give it a try.
I'd love to, yeah.
Do you have CNC experience beforehand?
Zero. I had no idea what this world was before I even started here, and then kind of just jumped feet first. And then,
I'm sure you've learned a lot of the process.
I actually used our academy, and I've actually made the Titan 1M.
All right.
So I've used the academy that they made before I started working here, and made a part, and like designed it in SolidWorks, and then programmed in Mastercam, and then ran it on the BVM.
Yeah.
So on DN Solutions BVM.
That's good to see though, because you're learning new skills on the job as well as doing your 9 to 5.
When you're editing that video, you start to understand, oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. I did it for like a Christmas gift for Titan.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
It does help with the editing. Like, it honestly does. So
you understand what's going on a lot more.
Yeah. It will help you the pacing. Like, you're like, okay, that's what I need to look for, and it's satisfying when you actually cut metal, and then you know what that viewer's looking for.
That's the key point that someone's going to be interested in. I want to highlight that and make sure I give it enough time within the video.
Yeah.
Nice.
so
I mean, like, look at the facility. It's number one, it's clean. You've got the sound panels all over. You've got this podcast set up amongst these machines. You're constantly producing videos all the time, constantly. What's the day in the life of a editor at Titan CNC?
It's a grind, but it's a good grind. It's honestly, it's super fun.
Rewarding grind.
Yeah.
You get something out of it every day.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of work.
Yeah. What we kind of do is like one editor, one machinist, and you kind of tag team a project. Yeah. And sometimes we'll get like 2 editors if it's a really big job, right? So, or 2 film guys. And then basically we'll just work through that project together, and then you sit down and you edit it, and you kind of just have that collaborative back and forth. And then so you do that until the video is ready for review for Titan. Yep. And then bada boom, bada bing, you just run it through that pre-production all the way to the post-production.
Yes.
And we upload 3 times a week, so it is fast-paced.
Yes.
But
it's not one person doing it.
Yeah, we have a team of 8. So we have a team of 8 editors, so we're always cycling through when there's like half of us editing, half of us filming. So,
It's a good workflow.
It's like a machine. It's like he kind of calls it a machine. So it's like we're in a rotation.
Yeah,
right?
so it's like billet of material on, finished, next billet on.
Yeah.
Round and round.
Yeah, for sure.
What is your favorite thing that you've worked on?
So the best performing, and then my favorite thing to work on, they're kind of, I love working with the 5-axis stuff.
Right.
So Jesse, he did a AK-50 part for Brandon Herrera.
Yep.
So that project was super fun for me because it was not only like collaborative, seeing that like, so Brandon made an AK-50 automatic weapon, and we actually got the parts that we actually had to make the parts for that project. And so I actually edited the handguard
Okay.
And it was super complicated, and Jesse had to get this super long tool to get into all the crevices in it.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And so
Like a long ball nose to get right into the corners.
exactly.
Nice.
So yeah, that was honestly my favorite project, and it was with Jesse Smith. He runs the 5 axis around here, and he's a beast.
And
Honestly,
I really appreciate you taking
Yeah.
the time to
Thank
chat
you.
with us.
yeah, it was great.
Fantastic.
It was great talking to
And
you.
we'll chat with some more
honestly.
people. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too. First thing I'm going to ask you is who you are, your business, and what it is that you guys do here.
That's a big question. I mean, so my name is Titan Gilroy, and this is Titans of CNC. And yeah, we're proud to bring awareness to the trade. And then once people come into the trade, then we give them free curriculum and actually teach them how to actually machine and make incredible parts.
I think it's absolutely amazing that you are providing free education in a trade that has always had a veil of smoke around it. For me, I always watched American Chopper.
Yeah.
And that's when I first learned about CNCing. And I said to my head of department in design, it's like, I want to do that. But my career path moved to more additive manufacturing. For me, it was SolidWorks was a tool I could design anything I wanted, and then 3D printing was the tool I can make anything I wanted. And I'm sure exactly the same is with CNC. Jonny, he deals with a lot more CNCing.
I deal with nothing on your level, obviously, but it has been a bit of a dark arts bringing new people into it, you know, who weren't aware of obviously your academy. And I think one thing my sort of team have raised is work holding's a big thing. So for you being so open on how you hold your parts, obviously is a great thing for me, and I'm going to take that away and definitely feed that back. So yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing here. For me, it's
Awesome,
it's a massive impact to an industry that could be such a great career path, and you've proven that.
You guys are doing great too, like bringing awareness to the trade. And if I could say something, like I watched Orange County Choppers also, you know what I mean? They had CNC machines. But as a machinist who was making like rocket parts and making like crazy subsea like ROVs and stuff like that, I was like, man, they're showing off CNC in such a simplified way, you know? And as a machinist, I know that the building that we stand in, the machines that are behind us, the robots, the cars, the phones, nothing exists without CNC machines.
Yes,
so like I just always had that passion, like, man, we need to like make people excited about manufacturing and like teach them the trade, you know?
You're not only just showing how to use the machines, you're also showing how you can push the limits of your machines and what you can do. I mean, I would have never thought that you can CNC that.
500 pounds of 604B titanium, this machine an octopus, but people struggle drilling titanium, and then you have legs that are in free air and stuff. But again, you do videos and you show how to machine it, and then while you're showing how to machine it, you're showing the different tool paths to actually teach them the technique and stuff. And the speed comes from just really understanding that manufacturing, we've lost some manufacturing in America. You know, we've sold out our jobs, and there's a million people out there that need to actually work in this industry. They were built to actually make things, and yet you've gotten rid of the jobs. So by bringing awareness to them and then teaching them how to actually compete, and that's the key factor right there. You can say you want to bring jobs back, but how do you bring jobs back? You have to make it inexpensive to actually make parts. Like you make parts more efficiently here, so you actually can make good money, and people want to actually make parts here because they can sell their products and make money, right? So the whole point is like, let's show aggressive techniques to show work holding to hold 100 parts instead of 20 parts, or instead of 2 parts, and actually show people how to actually manufacture here cheaper and less expensive than in China and other countries. Put our own people to work. You might not have 100 people. I say it all the time. You might not have 100 people per 100 shops. You might have 30 people, but it's 100,000 shops. You know what I mean? Because you're more high tech, you're more automated.
I totally respect that. Like my boss for my personal day job is exactly the same. You know, let's see how we can produce more parts per day, so that the customer benefits from it, not the company. It's all about the customer, and you know,
and you're solving their problems. If you're able to solve their problems and drop their manufacturing costs, they're going to be locked to you. I always say dig your roots into that customer so they can't leave, you know what I mean? And by saving them money, why would they ever go anywhere?
Yeah, you build that trust relationship. You know, you're helping them out, and that ultimately they're willing to back you and what you're trying to do.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, yeah, I love it.
And we got one last question for you, and that is, what is your most favorite thing that you have produced in your machine
A lot
shop?
of people know that, you know, I went from homelessness to being in prison.
And it's inspiring. Like you can take a whole room control with your voice and your story, and it's incredible.
Thank you, man. Life is hard, and a lot of people don't find their paths. And at one point, I was in solitary confinement, just wanting to be dead, and you know, no money, no education, not knowing what manufacturing is. So one day, you know, years later, stumbling on manufacturing and building a reputation in it, and then working with Elon Musk and SpaceX, and knowing that every single F1 rocket that went up first initially, and then every F9 rocket had our parts on it, knowing that you used to be in prison, you had no future, and then now you're making parts to go to space. I think that overall just system of working with that great company was one of the greatest things ever. And now it's about teaching all of those skills to everybody else so they can actually find the same success, you know?
Yeah, you may not be creating a rocket, but you're creating something, and it's helping someone, and you're making a difference.
Yeah, you take any car, it's made of components, and those components were made by people. You know, you take your cell phone, and those are components that were actually made. They might have been automated, but they were made by people. Everything that we stand on, stand under, every toy, the camera, the mic, everything was either machined or the mold was machined. In some way, it was actually has to do with manufacturing.
Well, I mean, we designed this live in SolidWorks, and we 3D printed these mics.
3D printer wouldn't exist without
machine parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything comes.
Exactly, and a lot of people don't know about it. So getting our youth excited about manufacturing and knowing that it is a viable option for them to actually create a living and take care of their family and put their kids in college or whatever they want to do, like that's important for our kids to know that, you know.
Titan, thank you very much for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And I appreciate the tour of your facility.
No, we really appreciate you hosting. Awesome. Amazing evening.
It's a podcast that was born from 3D Experience World. Jonny and I, we met there, and since then we became best buddies. We wanted a way to hang out with not only each other, but the other people that we see at events like this. So we created a space online where we meet every 2 weeks, have a couple of drinks, and just chat shit, really. And then COVID hit, and we decided we wanted to create the Hallway Hangouts, where we hang out during 3D Experience World between sessions in an open Zoom and live stream that. It was successful. First year we raised, I think it was $2,000 for Magic Wheelchair. Following year was about $5,000, and then last year we helped manage raise over $30,000 for Magic Wheelchair, where we live streamed for 8 hours every day at 3D Experience World, just showcasing those people that couldn't attend what it's like to be there. And we're doing the same kind of thing this year.